When the season began, did you expect Stephen would be completing 72% of his passes after week 7? Would that meet your expectations?
Yeah, that is pretty good. And of course, the opportunity last week to throw that behind the line quick screen over there was certainly there a lot, which makes it. But he has the ability to catch it and get it out quickly, and that's what really gets that play started. So, yeah, Stephen had a good game. There's a few plays we could have executed better. The lateral was not a lateral, by the way. The referees later admitted that they just missed that one. I couldn't see it from my angle when he threw that one out toward Alshon, that they called it a lateral, but they didn't review it. So at the time we thought it was a lateral, but that was not. So Stephen was actually correct on that play, but that was a 3rd and 1 that we ended up having to punt. But as it turned out, it didn't cost us. But when you get in those close games with a really good team, any little play like that could be the deciding one. You just never know. But he's playing well. Mm-hmm. But he has to play well if we're gonna win. If we're gonna beat these guys. Right now, we're not getting any turnovers. We're not getting. We gotta hopefully get a big play or two somewhere. Stephon Gilmore had a big play against Furman that helped put that one away. That's good about it this year.
Coach, with 3 games left in SEC play, can you talk to your team about where you are in the standings and what you need to do down the stretch?
Yeah, we know where we are, so we don't have to talk about that too much. We need to talk about how to beat Tennessee and trying to get ready to play our best game of the year, trying to get our linemen a little bit more meaner, competitive, and ready to play, protect the quarterback a little more, block a little bit better. Our secondary guys have got to continue trying to not have blown assignments. We've got to improve a lot, and if we can do those things, we have a chance.
Coach, can you talk about the play of Brian Maddox this year? I mean, it seems like throughout, when he has gotten a chance, he's been a lot more aggressive running the football. I mean, he even tried to, hurdle a guy at Auburn, I believe.
Yeah, he had a big run, leaped over a guy at Auburn. Yeah, Brian's played well. He's played well when he's been in there. And as you know, it's hard to play 2 running backs. But last week was an opportunity. Yeah, Kenny started, and it just seemed like nothing good was happening for him. And when Brian got in there, he made some yards. Made some good runs up in there. So had a couple holding penalties on wide receivers that hurt in the game too. That we got to correct those things. So Brian, he had a good game, and he's ready to go. And Marcus is ready to go this week. Last night at practice, he rotated in with the other running backs, and he's very close to 100%. So Marcus should be ready to go.
Does moving into the 4th place all the time on the coaching list here mean anything at this point in time?
Not right now. Not right now. Other more important things than that. Yeah.
Coach, I know there are fans out there that probably expect you all to roll over Tennessee, to roll over Vandy, but do you think that there's just so much parity out there that these teams are actually playing you harder, and it's not that South Carolina's playing poorly, it's just that these teams are coming at you with everything they got?
Oh, I don't know about all that. Statistically, we're not a whole lot better than some of these teams. We're making a lot of 3rd downs. We're scoring touchdowns. We've given up a bunch of yards prior to last week. Last week, we stopped Vandy pretty well. But can we continue as we go through the rest of the games? So all we are is in position right now, which is good. That's very good. And whether or not we can finish, we're going to find out. It was sort of good to be tied at halftime and win the game last week. The 2 we've lost, we were leading going into the 4th quarter, both of them. So we didn't finish well a couple of games, and we ended up finishing against Vandy a lot better. So that's probably what we're going to need to do if we're going to be successful down the stretch here.
Steve, you talked about the position you're in, and you talked about needing to have a focus on Tennessee. Do you have a sense of whether they are more focused now as they get closer to where they want to be? Or can you not tell from week to week about that focus?
The focus part, oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's been pretty good all year, really, as far as being ready to play. And of course, obviously, we didn't finish very well a couple of games. But, yeah, I don't sense we got as many goof-off type guys that we used to have around here. You know, we don't have too many. But I think our players understand that if we can improve and you know, there's some things we can achieve that haven't been done before. But the only thing we can concern ourselves with is trying to play better than the last game, trying to play the best we can. So that's what we're really just talking about right now.
Steve, are you going to be able to bring yourself to root for Georgia this weekend and give the Gators their 4th SEC loss, and maybe even give you guys the chance to secure the East before?
Well, I better not answer that question, but I heard the Gators were all pulling for us when we beat Alabama. I heard the parking lot was full, everybody going crazy, and I said, well, hopefully in about 3 or 4 weeks they're going to be rooting against South Carolina. Hopefully, so maybe it's turned around now that they understand they got to root against us, and so forth. But anyway, that's something down the road. We just need to worry about trying to beat Tennessee right now.
Marcus is healthy enough and comes back to start.
I don't know if he'll start or not. I'll let Coach Graham sort of make the call, but there's a good chance he probably will. He or Brian will be the two ready to play. Yeah.
Coach, I think this is the first time you're coaching against Derek Dooley. You ever coach against his father, and how did those games go?
No, I didn't coach against his dad. Played against him.
Yeah.
But yeah, his dad was one of the best, no question about it. And I don't really know Derek all that well, just really met him this year and so forth. But anyway, yeah, Tennessee, they're going through some coaching change probably problems, but they got a lot of good players. They got a lot of good players that play well, play hard, and we're expecting a very difficult, tough game. I'll tell you that right now.
Just talk about the role reversal in this game as you're heavily favored against Tennessee, where usually it's the other way around.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, we've only beaten them, I think, 3 times since joining the conference in '92. And '92 was one of the years South Carolina beat them because that was a memorable day. That was a day that that Florida beat Georgia, and we needed somebody to beat Tennessee to win the Eastern Division, which happened that year. We won the division with a 6-2 record, as it turned out. But and Tennessee lost 3 games that year, and South Carolina was one of the big losses for them there. But anyway, yeah, you know, we don't really talk about that too much. But Tennessee's a little bit in a down slump, as several teams are. And but we can't worry about that. That's they may not be in a down slump when they come in here at 12:20 Saturday. They'll be ready to play, give it their best shot. We got to play well to beat them. I mean, we had trouble at times blocking those Vandy guys. So I know we're going to have trouble blocking these guys. And we just got to, that ball can bounce funny ways, as we all know. So we got to be smart and careful with it, but still go play. Go play. Toss it around and throw it up at Alshon and hand it off to Marcus and give our guys a chance to go play the game.
Steve, could you talk a little bit?
And our defense needs to play very well too. You know, I told the guys we played well against Vandy, but we should have. We should have stopped Vandy. And we got to play well on defense to beat Tennessee also. So it's a team sport all the way.
Yeah. Steve, could you talk a little bit about Torrey Gurley and the way he's improved his game? It looks like he's one of those guys that you know, you just really have to have on the field.
Yeah, Torrey's doing well. Torrey's still learning how to play football. Really, he hadn't played all that much since leaving high school. I think he went to work for a year or two and went to junior college, went somewhere to qualify, and then showed up here. And I sort of got on him the last game. He ran out of bounds right in front of us to play Stephen, scrambled, and threw it back in there. And I said, Tori, you can't run out of bounds. It's against the rules. Stay out there. And but anyway, he just he was trying to get open out of bounds there. He thought that Stephen was going to throw it at him out of bounds, I guess. I don't know what he was thinking. But anyway, he said, that's right, I should stay in bounds. I said, yeah, it's against the rules to go out and come back in and catch it. So, but he likes to play in the games. He's a gamer. He's one of those guys that he's a little faster and a little quicker in the games. And so he's playing well.
Anything else for Coach?
All right. See you Saturday.
Coach, bad question. You've had the progression of this program since you've been here.
Do what now?
You've had the progression of this program since 2005.
Well, this year we got a better team, I think, than most of the ones we've had. But we don't know until it's over. We've been 5-2 a bunch of times, as we all know. And whether or not we can finish strongly remains to be seen. Simple as that. Okay? All right.